A woman in her 50s called my show on my male-female hour. Each week I have a male-female hour. And she called up, and basically she said, you could undoubtedly find this on the internet.
I'm 50 years old with 4 college degrees. I was raised by a feminist mother with no father in the home. My mother told me, go get the education to the maximum level so that you can get out in the world, make a lot of money, and that's the path I followed. I make adequate money. I don't make a ton of money, but I do make enough to support my own household. I want to tell women in their 20s, do not follow the path that I followed. You are leading yourself to a life of loneliness. All of your friends will be getting married and having children, and you're working to compete in the world, and what you're doing is competing with men. Men don't like competitors. Men want a partner. And it took me until I was in my late 40s to realize this. And by the time you have your own household with all your own bills, you can't get off that track because now you've got to make the money to pay your bills. It's hard to find a partner in your late 40s to date because you also start losing self-confidence about, your looks, your body. It's not the same as it was in your 20s.
You don't know now when you're 30, certainly not 25. You don't know what you'll think at 50, 60, 70, 80. And given human life expectancy, well into 90s, maybe hundreds by the time you reach that age. But you should know what you'll think. What do I have to show for it? And is the answer a lot of terrific dinners at restaurants? A lot of great travel? Those are all lovely. I'm into both. But when you saw my fireside chat with my child, with whom there was a very difficult period, that's what part of it was about. He was born to a meth addict, had a deep impact on him physiologically, and perhaps psychologically, I don't know. And he battled drugs and alcohol till the age of 23. He's now sober 7 years. But the richness of being a father, forgetting the issues that I went through with my son Aaron. I didn't go through such issues with my son David. The richness of being a father, you think I would trade that in for more free time or for more money? Those who make these arguments about more time, more freedom, more money, except for the money part, because the money part, they say, at least in this little video on NBC, they're saving for the future, which is good. They should. But by and large, it's living for now. You're making a very big mistake if when you're 30, you don't think about what life will be when you're 80. It's a very big mistake. I know it sounds so unreal, like I'll be 80, like I'll visit the moon, or I'll worry about it when I'm 80. This is completely understandable. But I don't only mean 80. I mean, let's say you come to the end of your life at 70 or at 60. If you talk to people who have had children, unless it's been a horrific experience, which happens, they have something that you will never have. I mean, if you can't have children, I'm not talking to those of you who can't have children for whatever reason. I'm talking to those of you who choose not to have children. It's very, very unwise not to think about how will I look back on my life when I'm older. I was blessed. I thought these thoughts at a very early age. I knew I wasn't going to be 18 forever. You're not going to be any age forever. But you are going to be old or dead one day. And when people call me up and they didn't get married or they didn't have children and they're older, they call my radio show, they wish they had heard these things when they were younger.